Learn with Ease Islamic Academy presents myarabiccourses.com. ماذا تقرأ يا أبي? What are you reading, my father? ماذا تقرأ? What are you reading? يا أبي, my father. أنا أقرأ مجلة. I am reading a magazine. أنا أقرأ. I am reading. مجلة, a magazine. When you are talking to a female, you say تقرأين. ماذا تقرأين? What are you reading? متى ستقرأ? When will you read? متى, when, ستقرأ, will you read? سأقرأ في الصباح. I will read in the morning. سأقرأ, I will read. في الصباح, in the morning. The scene in ستقرأ indicates a future which is near, that is المستقبل القريب. أية صفحة تقرأ? What or which page are you reading? أية, which, صفحة, page, تقرأ, you are reading. أقرأ الصفحة الأولى. I am reading the first page. أقرأ, I am reading الصفحة الأولى, the first page. الصفحة الأولى, the first page. The first page contains two words, which is الصفحة and الأولى. الصفحة and الأولى both have alif and lam, which means both are definite. When you see two nouns which are together and they have alif and lam, or they both have tanween, or they both have fatha, and they both have kasra, which means the two nouns contains what we call a noun and what describes the noun. For example, a black book. You say kitabun aswadu. The long table. Al-maktabu at-tawilu. So here we have as-safhata al-ula. Safhata contains fatha. Al-ula also contains fatha. Safhata as alif and lam, and al-ula as alif and lam. In Arabic grammar we call such sifa wa mawsuf. The sifa is what describes the noun. For example, here we have al-ula to be the sifa. Another example is rajulun jamilun. Rajulun contains dumatan and jamilun also contains dumatan. Rajulun is masculine, jamilun is also masculine. So jamilun is the sifa, which is what describes the noun, and rajulun is the noun. Another example here is as-safhata thaniya. As-safhata is a feminine and it has fatha. Al-thaniya is also feminine and it has fatha. So which means when we have sifa and mawsuf, both will have the same or similar characteristics. Ayyata contains fatha, and we told you that what contains fatha is an object. Ayyata, why is it an object? It's an object because we have seen the verb which is taqra. Taqra ayyata. You are reading what page? In taqra we have the subject and the verb. Then ayyata becomes the object which is called maf'ul bihi. Kitabu man taqra. Book of who are you reading? I say, whose book are you reading? أقرأ كتاب لقمان. I am reading book of Luqman. I say, I am reading Luqman's book. Kitaba. There is the object. It has fatha. But now we have two nouns, Kitaba Luqman. Luqman is supposed to contain kasra. Because when we have two nouns and there is likelihood of half or f to be between the two nouns, then the second noun we always have kasra. That is what we call genitive construction in grammar. We call it mudaf wa mudaf ilayhi in Arabic. The first noun will be the mudaf, which is kitab. The second noun, which is mudaf ilayhi, will have kasra. For example, Kitab Luqman, book of Luqman. Why do we know it is genitive? Because there is likelihood of half being between the two nouns. Kitab Luqman. Another example of that is Abdullah. Abdu is the mudaf, Allahi is mudaf ilayhi. So Allahi contains kasra. So we say Abdullahi. Abdu is the mudaf, Allahi is the mudaf ilayhi. But here, why is Luqman having fatha instead of kasra? Luqman is having fatha because Luqman is a noun that is called mamnu' min as-sarf, which is a noun that can only contain duma or fatha. It can never contain kasra. So instead of it having kasra, we give it fatha. Kitab Luqman. So don't forget, when we have two nouns and there is likelihood of half being between the two nouns, then the two nouns are called mudaf and mudaf ilayhi. The first noun is the mudaf and the second noun is mudaf ilayhi. مع من تقرأ. With who are you reading? أنا أقرأ مع جاري. I am reading with my friend, my neighbor. أنا أقرأ, I am reading مع جاري, with my neighbor. كم مرة تقرأ في أسبوع? How many times do you read in a week? كم مرة, how many times? تقرأ, you read, في أسبوع, in a week. أقرأ مرة في أسبوع. I read once in a week. Kam is a particle that gives what follows it fathatan when it indicates number. Kam marratan, how many times? So marratan there indicates number. So the kam, we give it fathatan. For example, kam kitaban, how many book? Kam baytan, how many house? So how many there is indicating number. So we give what follows the kam fathatan. أقرأ بين فترة وأخرى. I read on and off. On and off in Arabic is بين فترة وأخرى. بما تقرأ الكتاب. With what do you read the book? بما, with what? تقرأ, you read. الكتاب, the book. أنا أقرأ بالنظارة. I read with spectacles. أنا أقرأ, I read, or I am reading, بالنظارة, with spectacles. اقرأ كتابك, read your book. كي تنجح, so that you can pass, or so that you can be successful. حسنا, okay. سأقرأ كتابي دائما. I will read my book always. حسنا, okay. سأقرأ كتابي, I will read my book دائما, always. كي تنجح, تنجح as fatha on the last alphabet. Why? Because of K. K is harf nasb, which is a particle that gives the verb after it fatha. When you face a female, you say iqra'i instead of saying iqra, read. اقرأ كتابك, read your book. مع سائر الطلاب, with the rest of the students. اقرأ كتابك, read your book. مع, with سائر الطلاب, rest of the students. لا تقرأ, don't read. كتابك, your book. وحدك, alone. سائر الطلاب. سائر الطلاب is translated as rest of the students. So we have two nouns that there is likelihood of to be between the two of them. So which means the two nouns are in genitive case. So the first noun is sa'ir, which is called the mudaf, and the second noun is at-tullab, which is called the mudaf ilayh. You can see at-tullab as kasra because mudaf ilayh always have kasra. Ma'a is a particle called harfu jar. It gives what follows it kasra. Ma'a sa'iri. When you face a female, you say la taqra'i, don't read, instead of saying la taqra. هل تستطيع أن تقرأ المجلة? Do you have the capacity to read the magazine? I say, can you read the magazine? هل تستطيع, can you, أن تقرأ, read, المجلة, the magazine? نعم, أستطيع أن أقرأها. Yes, I have the capacity to read it. Or I say, yes, I can read it. And أقرأ, an, is a particle called harf nasb, which gives the verb that comes after it fatha. And تقرأ. When you face a female, you don't say أن تقرأ, you say تقرأين. تقرأين, you read or you're reading. But when an comes before تقرأين, the an is supposed to give تقرأين fatha. But don't forget, تقرأين already has nun fatha. So how do we go about it? So the rule of Arabic grammar says you remove the nun fatha to show a sign of an giving the taqra'in fatha. So the an automatically removes the nun fatha and it becomes an taqra'i. An taqra'i. So the removal of the nun fatha indicates the an has worked on taqra'i. So we say for a female, هل تستطيع. In fact, we say هل تستطيعين because تستطيع is meant for masculine, تستطيعين is meant for feminine. And تقرأي, can you read or do you have the capacity to read? سأحاول, I will try. لا تقلق بشأن ذلك, don't worry about that. لا تقلق, don't worry بشأن ذلك, about that. هل قرأت الجريدة? Have you read the newspaper? نعم قرأت الجريدة. Yes, I read the newspaper في الساعة الواحدة. At 1 o'clock. الساعة الواحدة have the similar characteristics. الساعة as alif and lam and الواحدة as alif and lam. الساعة as كسرة, الواحدة as كسرة. And both are feminine, so we can conclude that this is sifa wa mawsuf. Al-wahidati is the sifa, as-sa'ati is the mawsuf. Al-wahidati is the adjective, as-sa'ati is the noun being described. Another example is ar-rajulu al-jamilu, the beautiful boy. Can you see ar-rajulu as dhamma, ar-jamilu also as dhamma. Al-rajulu is masculine, al-jamilu is also masculine. So al-jamilu is the sifa, which is the adjective. Al-rajulu is the noun being described, which is called mawsuf. Another example is rajulun jamilun. You can see the two of dhammatan. The two are masculine. أقرأ الجريدة وحدي. I read or I'm reading the newspaper alone. يجب أن تقرأ دائما. You must read always. يجب, you must. أن تقرأ, read. دائما, always. So for feminine, we say يجب أن تقرأي دائما. Can you see that? أن تقرأ, N is a particle that gives the taqra fatha at the end. So when you face a feminine or a female, you say أن تقرأي. The taqra'i, the aslu is taqra'ina for feminine that you're facing. So because N wants to give it fatha, and the taqra'ina already has nun fatha, so we remove it. And the N has shown a sign that it has worked on it by removing the nun fatha. متى تبدأ القراءة? When will you start reading? أبدأ بعد 3 دقائق. I will start after 3 minutes. So for feminine, we say متى تبدأين. بعد is a particle there, or we say it's an adverb which is called ظرف in Arabic grammar, and it gives what follows it كسرة. أبدأ بعد 3. القراءة from the statement متى تبدأ القراءة. is a verbal noun, which is a noun that is derived from a verb. So al-qira'ah is derived from the verb qara'a, to read. Al-qira'ah means reading. سررت بلقائك, happy to meet you. I will say, I'm happy meeting you. Shukran, thank you. بلقائي, B is a particle called harf jar that gives the noun that follows it kasra. So بلقائي contains kasra because of ba that comes before it. Let's revise the verbs used in this conversation. قرأ, he read. قرأت, she read. قرأت, you read for masculine. قرأتي, you read for feminine. قرأت, I read. يقرأ, he reads or is reading. تقرأ, she reads or she's reading. تقرأ, you read or you are reading for masculine. تقرأين, you read or you are reading for feminine. أقرأ, I am reading, either masculine or feminine. نجح, he passed. نجحت, she passed. نجحت, you passed for masculine. نجحتي, you passed for feminine. نجحت, I passed, either masculine or feminine. ينجح, he passes. تنجح, she passes. تنجح, you pass for masculine. تنجحين, you pass for feminine. أنجح, I pass. بدأ, he started. بدأت, she started. بدأت, you started for masculine. بدأتي, you started for feminine. بدأت, I started. يبدأ, he starts or is starting. تبدأ, she starts or she's starting. تبدأ, you start or you're starting for masculine. تبدأين, you start or you're starting for feminine. أبدأ, I start, either for masculine or feminine.